Now this what if definitely piques my curiosity. Hello, welcome back my dear subscribers, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. This is where I like to watch, react, and review a variety of stuff related to science fiction, fantasy, and comic books. So in today's video, I'm going to be watching episode 6 of Marvel's What If series. This one is titled, interestingly, What If Killmonger Rescued Tony Stark? I really want to know what's the what if on this one. I never really thought about that, what if, that never crossed my mind. So I'm interested to see how they're going to play that up. But of course, before I press play on this episode, I do need to cover some very basic stuff. So if you are new to my channel, it's your first time watching, please listen up and don't skip ahead. The first thing you should know, just in case you missed it in the title, this is a spoiler-filled reaction video. Spoilers ahead, of course, related to this episode, and possible spoilers related to any MCU property with these characters. I might blurt it out in my reaction, so if you haven't watched any of the MCU movies, I'm giving you a spoiler warning right now, okay? Be careful. And the second thing you should definitely know is that I don't offer your standard picture-in-picture type reaction with audio and all that that most of you are accustomed to on YouTube. Instead, what I offer is a watch-along type of experience. So if you want to find out about 3 ways to easily watch along with me this episode and other episodes that I react to here on this channel, click on the link you see above my finger on the screen, or head on over in the description box below and click on the link next to the title that says How to Watch Along With Me, and there you'll get a full explainer that I hope is very helpful. And the final thing that I need you to definitely know is that I'm what's considered a normie fan. So my disclaimer is there on the screen for you. It pretty much just tells you I'm not familiar with the source material, the What If comics. So keep that in mind if you decide to correct me about anything or clarify something for me in the comment section. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to now get ready to press play on episode 6. If you are going to join me by following along and watching along, that is awesome. Let's get to it. Let's count down to play. If not, of course, feel free to skip on over to the review/takeaways portion of this episode, and hopefully I'll see you at that point. But I'm going to start watching right now. Are you ready to count down to play? All right, so I'm right at the beginning, 0000. I won't be skipping the intro that plays. Just let it play. It's all good. I usually use that opportunity to kind of babble stuff to you. So if you're new here, get to know me a little bit better on what I'm thinking before the episode begins. Let's go. All right, let's count down. 3, 2, 1, play. Now, I'm going to be honest. It's been a while since I've watched Black Panther and Iron Man, so I may completely miss out on all the Easter eggs. Because what happens is I try not to read up synopsises and, trailers. I don't watch any of that stuff because I want to get like a fresh perspective of every episode I watch. But in this case, it could be a disservice to myself because then I won't pick up on certain things to enjoy the episode more or understand the episode more. That's better way to put it. But it is what it is. I am very curious, though. I'm trying to think offhand right now before this whole thing begins. If Tony Stark was saved by Killmonger, obviously he'd make very different choices. So it's the choice that Tony Stark makes that I'm curious to see what they'll say about it. Like, would it be better or worse? Because Killmonger, on one hand, you could say was radical. But on the other hand, he's a freedom fighter. So, let's see. The voice is a close match, but it does make a difference not having RDJ, you know. Question is, at what point does he save Tony? At that point. Gosh. Yeah, like right at the point that changed everything, obviously. It sounds like Michael B. Jordan, but I'm not sure. I didn't check the cast list. Okay. Alright, so Killmonger for them is the villain. Wow, this episode came out at this time with the political turmoil. Anyway, I ain't commenting on that, but it's very interesting timing. Chief Security Officer, okay. So Wakanda is gonna have to play some part in this, right? Sounds like Michael B. Jordan. Is that Jeff Bridges, though? Oh. Anyways, I'll check the cast list later. I could see that happening. Happy gets him. Wow, they just cheered to that like that. It's hilarious. Camouflage. Okay, so far so good. I'm on board here. There, you've got my attention. So it's probably some tech that Killmonger is going to end up taking from Tony and using it back on Wakanda. Yeah. A science fair project that obviously is going to be used for nefarious reasons. Hmm. So Killmonger might become a variation of an Iron Man. Oh my gosh, just seeing that animated pizza makes me hungry. I haven't had my lunch yet. Pepperoni pizza. Ah, here it is. In my tax bracket. I like that. Oh, at least they got the original actor for this voice. It's very distinct. And if I'm wrong, I'm gonna laugh, but I don't think I am. Yeah, Andy Serkis, he's got that kind of voice, you know? Pick it out quick. It's a setup. Here's our Black Panther. Well, this is the first to have a very consistent character throughout the series. Ooh, that's quite a weapon. So does he kill T'Challa here in this reality? Let's see. Taser, okay. Can I get a glove like that too? Hmm. So far, so good. It's definitely captivating in terms of where I think this story is going. Oh. And built an Iron Man. He gets taken down by his own creation because he saved Tony Stark. That would be epic for me. It's thumbs up if that's the case. Took off his entire shirt. Hmm. Right in the chest. Oh, and the shoulder. Hmm. Mm-hmm. She's not implying anything. She's straight up telling you. That's realistic. Hmm. World domination? Huh? With an army of Iron Men? Or war machines? I'm curious to know if the twist ending, or not twist, but the ending of Black Panther will be different here. Will he ally himself rather than trying to take over? Mm. We'll be home in time for lunch. That's a good line. 嗯 Wow. This is quite a difference. How is this going to end? I am so fascinated. I'm not even going to try to predict anything. 99% of the time I'm wrong anyway. Yes, he is family, and I just met him like 5 minutes ago. Uh-oh. Uh-huh. Sure. He has another agenda, obviously. Huh. Probably wants to take over all of Wakanda. Because his beef was, I mean, in the Black Panther movie, he had a lot of resentment towards Wakandans. Sly mofo. I like how he's just using natural beasts to overrun war machines. Even if he's playing it up, you know? It's just. It's like going through butter. I like how we see the queen, the general, fight and stuff. For a quick second, that just reminded me of He-Man. Quick second. All right, message sent. Now what? Huh, Watcher? That's beautifully drawn. So instead of demanding it, he earns it, you know? Interesting. Or having to defeat T'Challa and everything. But he tasered T'Challa, so obviously he's still in the story. Oh, wait. Did I misunderstand that? Is he dead? Oh my gosh, I totally misunderstood that. Hmm. Avenge Tony Stark. Normie! Hmm. So the two women nobody took seriously are going to take things seriously. Wow. So I guess when he said that thing was a taser, Killmonger, it's a taser that's lethal. Because I thought he just, yeah. Anyways, obviously you know what I thought. I got it wrong. And T'Challa passed on. Ugh, I love this animation so much. Okay, let me just double check for extra scenes. Okay, nothing's coming up. All right, cool. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to go and double check the cast list, see who's who, just to make sure, because sometimes I think I'm right, and then I end up being wrong about who I thought was playing the voice. I'm pretty sure RDJ wasn't, because, yeah, he's too expensive. Anyway, some of my takeaways from this episode is coming right up. Okay, this is the first time this has ever happened to me with an episode of a TV show I've watched. So, off the bat, I apologize. And I can't re-record this some other time because it just won't fit with, the authenticity of just watching an episode and then having a proper review to give you or some proper takeaways. So, I'm sorry, this is going to be a very short afterthought from watching the episode. And a tiny rant that I have to express. And one of you did express it in the comment section for a previous episode that I had watched. I can't remember which episode, but if you are watching now, you'll recognize what I'm going to say. So let's talk generalities right now because that's all I can get into. In a general sense, this episode was very entertaining, very engaging, cool action sequences, obviously. I love the animation. It was nice to know that the majority of the cast reprised their roles for their original characters, except for the character I noted here, Shuri, and of course RDJ didn't come back to play Tony Stark. But granted, the actor who does play Tony Stark did a decent job. He had some of the cadence that RDJ has. Okay, so that's on the general sense. If you watch my reaction, at the beginning, right, during the intro portion, I was verbalizing that it's been a while since I've seen Iron Man, like I'm talking 5-6 years since I've seen Iron Man, or rewatched it, not seen it for the first time, like rewatched it. And Black Panther, I hadn't rewatched it since seeing it in the theaters when it came out, to be honest, okay? And anything else related to these characters, I've watched in breakdown videos, from like sources like Emergency Awesome, stuff like that. But more importantly, I hadn't watched the trailers for each episode. I've only watched the What If general trailer, official trailer that came out, right? And reacted to it. It's on my channel. So what I'm getting at is, one of you had made the comment that there seems to be an expectation from the viewer to know the MCU movies to then appreciate the contrast and differences they're trying to spin around as a what if timeline, right? And that's very true. And I feel this episode made that very poignant because I don't remember the details from those movies enough for me to really informatively give you proper takeaways to say, oh, in Iron Man, Tony Stark said this or did that, and in this episode, this happened. other than the obvious, like Tony Stark did not become Iron Man, right? So it's kind of a conundrum for me because I want to share key takeaways, but I don't want it to be based on a complete misunderstanding of specific details from this episode that I'd have to perhaps rewatch and watch a breakdown video or go and watch the original movies and then come back to watch this episode. And so it leaves me in a space that I never thought I'd find myself in, and that is I can't really give you proper takeaways and a proper review other than in a general sense, which could be enough for some of you, and if it is, great. But it's not satisfactory to me. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to mull things over now of whether or not I'm caring or wanting to watch the other remaining 3 episodes. If there's some kind of expectation now from me as a viewer to be up to date with the characters in the movies all over again. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's really weird. So I think for now, I'm making the decision that I'm going to watch the episode and react to it and upload my reaction. But the review / takeaway portion, if it's not fully related to really obvious things that I can share with you, that doesn't necessitate for me to have watched a trailer or watched the movies all over again, then I'll share them. But if not, the best I can offer in my videos related to the What If series is the reaction. And that's that. And you're welcome, of course, to break things down for me in the comment section if you want to, or to add in details that I could have brought up in this part of the video that I simply just didn't think of, or to be honest and to be transparent, I just don't have the time to now go and fiddle through this episode to give you all of that information. So, there you have it then, in this video, my full reaction to the episode and my general thoughts, my general afterthought. I think that's very accurate. And I think that's likely what it's going to be for me from here on out for the remaining 3 episodes. I'm just going to give you a general afterthought. And if that afterthought includes specific takeaways that I believe I understood from the episode as a what if aspect of things, then great. If not, it is what it is. But I'm not going to put myself in a position to go and rewatch a bunch of MCU movies just so I can understand a 30-minute animation of what if. And I feel the fact that that's kind of put on me as a viewer, it's not on a positive end for me. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not a positive thing. And it's weird because it's not a spoiler either, right? I've watched the movies, I just don't remember every detail to know what they changed up completely for the What If series. In any case, I hope you've at least enjoyed the reaction portion of this video. I will be watching episode 7, and I will check out the trailer to see if it makes a difference for me, but I'm not gonna be binge watching a bunch of MCU movies, okay? So we'll see what happens for the next episode, and hopefully you'll tune in to find out with me. So for now, I'm Asha, tuning out. Bye. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and subscribe. You know you wanna.